It's a clip from an interview with Woody Allen. Woody Allen is one of my favorite directors, so I like to learn as much as I can from him. This is a good advice. I think it's practical, and for anybody else who's just starting to do films like I am.
More like the process of writing. I mean, that the bits you shoot are like making a first draft, and then you work on that a bit, and then you go back and do a second draft, as it were, as if the film...
Right, though I've always worked that way, really. I mean, right from the first picture I ever directed, to Take the Money and Run, I worked that way. I didn't know I was working that way. I mean, it wasn't a pre-planned thing, but that's how it came out. I wrote it and worked on it, shot it, and then noticed many things wrong, and went back and reshot them again. And you can have the luxury of doing that if you're able to work within a small budget. Because the film I just finished now, I shot the entire film from start to finish. I edited it and looked at it and didn't like it, and shot the entire film again from start to finish. I threw out everything, the whole thing. I didn't save a single frame from the original, and I shot the whole thing again and made many changes, and went back and did supplementary reshooting and all that. And it still is a very modest budget film with all of that. And it's not necessarily a wonderful film either. It's just that in order to get it to survive at all, I had to do an awful lot of work on it. But if you stay within a limited budget, nobody bothers you.
Turning to Radio Days, your most recent film in Britain, to come out in Britain.
But the filmmakers are making the films not to crash the box office, they're making it because they want to make, hopefully, a work of art at the far end, but at least a decent film, or at least in my case, a not embarrassing film. And so that's what you want to make, something reasonable. And the news of the week should revolve around the quality of the film, not its box office. That's peripheral or really, distracting.
I don't say this because the actresses are here, because I've said this many times before. The trick is, and it sounds facetious sometimes, but it's not. You hire great people, great actors and actresses, and then you get out of their way. You don't play the director. You don't hover over them. You let them change your lines. You let them make up their own contributions and do things, because the people that I've worked with have had careers and are famous and are great before they met me, and they're great in my movies, and they're great after they leave me. So nothing special is happening. If you just hire wonderful people, that's all you have to do, and just don't mess them up, don't ruin them. And, it's really a very simple thing. Then you get credit for directing them, and everybody says, well, you did such a great job. But it isn't. You're just not screwing them up, that's all.